Me and HB going Juvie and BG. They gotta put my face on the box of Wheaties. I'm praying for whoever think they compete. Salute when you see me. That's all.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The ball on the tee. We're set for football, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott dancing to his left. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Complete to Ezekiel Elliott. It's a gain of 10. And a Cowboy first down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Steps away. Street's got it. Complete.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the the 25. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Following the interception, Cousins. That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so. Then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
First and 10 at the 42-yard
So
line.
from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. They go play action. Cousins. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down and put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it's 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing, Prescott out to his left. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe he'd think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. Finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on 3rd down.
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. The return from his end zone is Grant. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I...
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Vikings pick up the football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a final return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that's a great play for that defensive unit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Pollard to return from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott on the move to his left. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Bulldozes past him. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action, Cousins. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action now, Cousins. That's taken in by Smith-Marset. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Off the play fake, Cousins. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kene Nwangu with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there. Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14.
21, Vikings 14. Greg Zerline, the kickoff for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And
he'll get this only up to about the 35. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play fake. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
On play action, Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Prescott off play action. That is caught by Lamb. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks. Like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Left side to Lamb. Touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Cowboys 31, Vikings 14. Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we're having a tough patch.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Neville Gallimore forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll set up the screen for Nwangu. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins got his man complete over the middle. It's Powell. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Cousins now. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. And his kick here is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Prescott looks to throw on first. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 4. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Wow. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Kill. Turn it up. Kill that.
Cousins on 1st down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. It got his man complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Cousins to throw it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangu. As the first half is winding down, and the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. 1st down, Prescott rolling to his left. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off. and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Handoff here to Nwangu. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. From the gun, here's Cousins. And here he's got Grant. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go play action. Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. Touchdown, Vikings. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Second and 10. Elliott running right. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
But this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Another run now for Nwangu. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. On the give is Nwangu. They juked him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ballgame. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them. One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Completes it to the fullback hand. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Off the play fake, Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision, because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface and try to connect all the way back to the right.
Play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. First play's a run with Nwangu. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find the answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Cousins completes it to Powell. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Grant. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run with Nwangu. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Cousins. The quick slant caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Cousins. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. Touchdown, Vikings! Jakeem Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pollard to return from the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott throwing the out route incomplete. It's Elliott. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To throw is Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he sheds himself free. Still going. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 95 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On the run is Duwagu. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the lead is up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Prescott off play action. A dump off to Elliott. Running right through him, and they can't bring him down. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
A first down throw for Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Dak. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. Oh, good move. And he's taken down inside the 30. 110 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And not much running room. Down to the 32.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 13.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Dallas,